I want fear racing through every street.
You want fear? I'm fear. You want chaos? I'm the chaos. You want a new beginning? Here, I am the new beginning.
Hello and welcome back everybody to another Yo Joe Jerk toy review. I'm your host, Clarence Bodiger. Today we have the G.I. Joe Classified Vincent R. Falcon. Alright, let's take a look at this box. Here we got a nice little picture of Falcon with his arms crossed. Not a big fan of the art, or that these box arts have no consistency. Thank goodness we're done with these plastic-free packages. Down here, logo, Hasbro logo, name of character. We get a nice little digital render of Falcon there. More of the artwork continued on this side of the box. On the back, more digital renders. Over here, we get height. On this side, his accessories. Nice little digital render of him fully equipped. Down here at the bottom of the box, more legal mush, more mush, barcode. On this side of the package, we get all of those digital stats that I do not care about. I like to make them up myself. So here, he's a chatty Cathy. He likes the red hot chili peppers. He carries tons of ammo and gets hit by lightning all the time. All right, let's get this guy open. Cut. Pop, I release thee! And out of the package, we get our figure and our accessory locker. Number 64, the guy with the name that's too long. And here's a quick look at him in his little cardboard tube. Now let's check out this accessory box. Got my G.I. Joe and Cobra Ice Pop. Let's get that open. All of his little accessories, we'll check those out momentarily. But let's go over the figure first. Now, let's go over the head first, because honestly, I was expecting a time bomb with this figure, and we're going to get in close as my camera will give you. And honestly, I do not think this figure looks terrible. I could see if his eyes got misprinted that he would look awful. At all these strange little angles I'm giving it, I don't think it looks terrible. The worst part of the figure is down here on his lip. The lips do look ridiculous, but with a dab of alcohol or nail polish remover, that will get dulled down very well. His lips seem to be the only problem I'm having with his head. I think the eyebrows and the eyes are actually painted really good, and I'm the guy who hates the Storm Shadow figure. I got a little paint miss on the ear too, but I'll hit that with the alcohol as well. And here we go. I took off some of that super aggressive lipstick. I mean, it's still there, but it doesn't look quite so off-putting. He definitely has the lips manless mouth, but I think this softened it up a bit. I used alcohol and a Q-tip and just went gentle with it. Down at the feet, he's got nice boots and texturing on the pants. The camouflage is very subtle. His overlay is detailed and textured really well. You can see up in the shoulder, lots of textured detail and stitching along the edges. Right here, he's got a couple of pouches, more texture, and down here, his shirt's hanging out. On this side, he has a little Joe Pro and a knife, has some pouches around the belt. Around the back, the harness comes down in the one strap and connects to the belt. Up here at the neck, he's got this little sash. I'm gonna pop the head and remove it. Pop his head right back on. He looks pretty decent without it. All right, let's go over articulation. Down at the foot, we get side-to-side motion. We get a cut swivel here. It does swivel back and forth. We get pinless double-jointed knees. Leg goes back. He's got a swivel cut at the thigh. Moves back and forth, no problem. Up here, we got drop-down hips. They go down nice and fine, no problem. They're not wobbly. He's pretty tight. At the waist, we have a dumbbell joint that allows him to swivel. He has a diaphragm cut, allows him to go forward and backward. Down at the wrist, he has a straight-on vertical cut, so his wrists go up and down. Double jointed pinless elbow, goes all the way up. He's got a bicep cut right here. Up at the shoulder, he has a butterfly joint that goes back and forth with pretty good motion. Up here, his arm goes all the way up. Comes down, around, up at the top. He has a dumbbell joint. His head does get a lot of tilt and moves back and forth, no problem. All right, let's go over his accessories. First up, he comes with this shotgun. And it actually doesn't look like a Nerf weapon this time. This actually looks like a shotgun. Up top, it's got little shells painted on it. Down here, the whole hand grip is painted. Over here, the stock butt folds down and the little arm guard folds down. Mine is cut bad. You can see this side looks good, but this side has a QC issue. So my stock keeps falling off. This is what it looks like down. I have it switched and folded over so it sits flush because this is how I'm gonna display it. Down here, you can add the muzzle effects. Here you can see that I've added the smoking barrel from the Viper 3-pack. Fits in there great. Next up, we have his beret. It's detailed really well. And here, let's put the beret on this boy. And he looks really good with it. Like I said, once you eliminate that bottom lip, it's not so terrible. And the hat fits great. Looks nice at a little bit of an angle around the back. All right, next up is the backpack. Now the pack looks really nice. He's got an extra rope here, 2 canteens, and the pack looks like a communications pack. Like down here, there's little knobs and switches and an antenna. Has nice texturing. You can see the light bouncing off of it. Nice little straps and the stitching detail over here. On this side of the pack, you can see another pouch and a part of the communications device. On the back of the pack itself, it has straps for tightening everything inside. We get that texturing that's nicely sculpted in there. And right over here, we got a sheath for his knife. And last up, we have his knife. Looks nice. It has like a gunmetal texture to it. It's like silver and black. The handle itself looks nice. Has a little serrated edge along the back. Fits in his hand real good. Fits right into the sheath on the backpack. No problem. Good contrast with all the little colors and deco on there. Here's the shotgun. Looks good. Fitted in his hands. Had no problems. Here it is with the extended arm down. And I gotta say, this shotgun is probably one of the nicer weapons I've seen in the G.I. Joe line. It doesn't look like a Nerf gun. I usually use Vala weapons because they're way better on G.I. Joes. But this one looks real nice. And let's get this backpack on him. And here he is with all of his gear on. I think it looks really nice. I think they did a really good job on this figure. I just think the paint kind of sucked on the mouth. All right, let's do a size comparison. Up first, we have Kamakura from the G.I. Joe Classified line. Here we have Dr. Mindbender. Boop. Here he is with Firefly and Duke. Boop. Here we have him with Storm Shadow. Here we have Beachhead. Boop. Here we have him with a Cobra Trooper, and here we have him with Destro. Boop. So at the end of the day, he's not as bad as you think. He's a lot of reuse. The head sculpt really isn't that bad other than the lips. I'm telling you, if you just take some alcohol and just hit his lips with a Q-tip for a couple minutes, it'll look fine. I gotta say, I'm kind of blown away that the figure actually looks good. Normally, I will trash figures if I don't like them. So that's a very good thing. And that's all I got this time, people. I'd like to thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next review. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.